Hey guys, so I'm gonna need a minute after that. How are you guys doing today? I know it's been crazy here. Hopefully things have been okay with you guys wherever you are. Today, we're gonna be having the talk. The soil talk, to be precise. Let me turn you around. Okay. So, we are going to be doing a little bit of a project today, obviously. And that project is going to entail testing all of these guys with some seeds. Specifically, green bean seeds is what we are going to use. And there is a good reason for that. So, if you have been following my channel, if you have been trying to start out as a first-time gardener, number one, welcome. Thank you for being here. Number two, if you have had any soil issues, I want you to know that you are not alone. This is actually a worldwide problem right now when it comes to soil. A lot of soils, including organic soils, are turning up contaminated. And this is nothing against those organic companies. Those organic companies very much care about what they are producing and what they are doing. But the problem comes in that the testing is not showing contamination. So they're not sure where the origin of the contamination is coming from or what ingredient it is in their mix that is contaminating their mix. Ergo, a very, very large problem. So what do we do? Right? That's the bottom line. What do we home gardeners, urban growers, even small space farmer homesteaders, what do we do? Well, I'm going to show you what we're going to do, but I'm going to show you an example here. Let's take a walk of what I'm talking about. Oh, bee crossing. I don't get in the way of my bumblebees. So, I'm going to show you a die-off that we had. We've been having trouble in this spot since last year. And this is a really good example. All right. This is a lavender that we had put in this year. In this same spot last year, I will try and find the video if I can and link it up above if possible. But this spot originally had a rosemary plant in it from last year. That rosemary plant died. This lavender we put in this year, at the same time we put in this lavender, which happens to be very, very healthy. Definitely compared to that. Now, its nearest neighbor is this rosemary, and honestly, I thought this rosemary was going to die, and it's much smaller than its other counterparts. This guy here, definitely larger. That guy there, definitely larger, and even that lavender down there. So, here's what occurred on my end last year. We didn't originally plan on putting the rosemary in that hole, but I went and I got another one, and I had gotten at the same time another batch of soil. It was an organic soil. and attempted to amend that section down there because it was really, really rocky. So I put in this organic soil. Sorry, we're coming in to get seeds. There we go. So I amended the soil because it was very, very rocky and very, very clay-based. And so I knew that the rosemary, excuse me, was not going to be overly happy in that situation. Obviously, something is wrong down there. Very, very wrong. Like I said, that batch of soil was a new batch of soil at the time. So, my conclusion, because that batch of soil, we also ended up putting in a couple of beds last year. And when we did, hey girl, no, go outside. Outside. When we put that soil into our beds, we started having a lot of problems. This year is the first year in 2 years that I've been able to grow green beans. Never in the entire time that I have been gardening have I ever, and I mean ever, had an issue growing green beans. Green beans are like one of the easiest things for beginner gardeners to grow, so that's why they're often recommended that they should be grown by beginner gardeners. So, let me show you behind me an example. The soil that is in these two beds here, I have relocated primarily from the other beds. This is the soil that is contaminated. Do you see these bits of corn? Like, it is stunted. It is not supposed to be a midget corn, okay? Highly stunted. It's already trying to, this one looks like it might be trying to give us a bit of corn. But corn is supposed to be way tall. Kind of like sunflowers. They're not. They're very, very much affected. If we actually get any corn off of those, I will be shocked. Gonna level with you. I will be shocked. So, the plan today, because we want to make sure before we put anything in any of our beds or in any of our green stalks, because we have green stalks that we need to take care of this week. We want to make sure that whatever we are purchasing for amending is clean. So we're going to seed start some beans, green beans to be precise. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do about the front, because I need to pull that plant out. And after we do that, we're going to put in a sunflower seed, and I'll tell you why. Let's go on ahead and get you into position and start opening up these bags of soil, okay? All right, I think I've got you in a good position here. Get gloved up so we can start opening up these bags. Now I'm gonna do 2 pots of each. The good thing about green beans is that their turnaround is very, very quick. You you will know within at least 2 weeks. I know that that seems like a long time, especially for those of you who are just starting gardening, but trust me, it's better to take the 2 weeks than to find out that you've got contaminated soil. All right, so this guy is new to us. It is cotton burr compost. Heard really good things about it. There are a lot of gardeners in our area that swear by it for amending their beds and their garden plots. This is Garden Magic. We have been using this for, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 years now, and it has been solid for us across the board. I don't want to believe that it's this soil. I think I know what soil it is. Example of a bag that has been already used last year. Yeah, I know, isn't that bad? I didn't end up getting that thrown out from last. Oh wait, no, that's from this year. That's from this year, just like a month and a half ago. It's probably from those green stalks back there. It's why we haven't had much luck with those green stalks. So we think it's that. As best we can tell, it's that, because we used that last year as well. This here is what we had been using prior to using the Garden Magic, because this was what was available organically in our area. We're in a small town. It's been challenging in the past, under normal circumstances, for us to find organic compost, let alone organic soil. So this is the brand that we used for years. Swore by it until we couldn't get it anymore here. And then thankfully we had a garden center, a local garden center, open up, and then they started carrying this, and we fell in love with it. Motorcycle. So we fell in love with it. But as all of you know, it's across the board. There's no rhyme, there's no reason, and many brands have been affected. So we're just going to do the best that we can under the circumstances for now, okay? So we'll start with this one here. And I actually need some tags, because I'm not interested so much in what beans I'm planting and the variety of beans I'm planting, so much as the variety of soil. So we are going to need to write on the tag what soils we're using. Give me 1 second. Alright, so the only thing I need to do is water these guys in, and I'm not going to put it over at our seed starting table during the day. It gets a lot of really harsh direct sunlight. So I'm going to put it over here near the porch. It's a little bit less sun intensive on new young plants. I'm not sure all the way around how the Nature's Care is going to do. It's definitely a lot more manure-y and chunkier. So we'll see. Green beans, I've grown green beans in some of the worst soil ever, so theoretically it should be fine. But let's go up front, take care of this dead lavender, and work on correcting whatever is going on. Okay? See you in a minute. Here we are. Root structure hadn't even really changed from when we planted it. Not good signs, guys. Not good signs. All right. We're gonna plant a sunflower. Sunflowers are commonly used to detox soils. Uh-oh. There's gonna be a surprise sunflower there. Anyway, so sunflowers are used to detox soils. Okay. That's literally all I needed to do. Anyway, sunflowers are used to detox the soil. Oftentimes, if an organic grower is moving into a new area where conventional gardening or growing has been done previously, what they will do is, in that field or in that space, the first season that they're there, they'll plant sunflowers, because the sunflowers will pull out any toxins from any conventional farming or gardening methods and correct the soil so that the organic gardener or grower can grow organically all over again. Now, the exception to this is graze on, and from what everyone can tell, that is actually what is contaminating the soils, and that's why it's not coming back flagged. And there's really no recourse when it comes to graze on. That's a herbicide. Typically it is used in large situations in conventional farming, primarily for the haying and sometimes wheat, I believe, because what it does is it still allows the hay to come on, but it affects the rest of the soil, and it affects the hay. So when your cow or goat or whatever you have is eating the hay, when it goes through their digestive tract, it's now in their system and it's now in their manure. So then it goes back into the soil all over again, and graze on takes about 4, sometimes longer years to grow. Sorry, I'm just making sure my dog Macy's not eating our experiment. I'm not even sure where she went. I'll be right back. Okay, she hasn't found it yet, so that's good. Neither has Roxy. Where was I? Oh yeah, graze on. So graze on takes at least 4 years, depending upon your soil, your situation, if it's in ground versus raised beds. There's a lot of factors. There are people that end up struggling with it for a decade. And it's a whole ecosystem thing. So if you're feeding or if you're using hay, or even straws. So those growers who are growing things like potatoes, I experimented in the pots this year because I have grown potatoes in straw bales, and I knew that there was a chance that those straw bales could be contaminated with some graze on. So I performed this experiment this year to see how we would do growing potatoes this way as an alternative to what I've done in the past with the hay bales, because I can't guarantee at this point, and it sounds like most other farmers, gardeners, and growers can't 100% guarantee that they're not contaminated either. So I'm currently attempting to find a straw source locally that has not used any type of conventional spraying with Grazon. But now there is a good chance that this video is going to be taken down because I am talking about some hit word things on the tube, but we will see. Worst case scenario, it will remain up on Rumble and then I can add it to the website. So, but that's all I've got for you guys today. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to get wrapped up here, finish watering, and then head inside and get our breakfast going. So you'll be seeing this evening, of course, but I've got to get in and I've got to get this guy edited so that you can see it. Guys, as always, keep it simple, natural, and essential, and I will see you on the next video. Okay? Bye. Oh, and I will let you know how the green beans are going. We'll do a follow-up, okay? Bye.